Riding a bike is one of the most fun things you can do. The wind in your hair, the wheels beneath your feet, the pure freedom to get where you want to go. But sometimes biking can be dangerous.
It hurt really bad. I had a concussion, broke my nose, and knocked out 3 permanent teeth.
Trinity was just riding her bike in front of her house when she lost control.
I hear crying and screaming, and so I run into the dining room and look out the window.
I remember being all dirty and bloody and blood being all over my clothes and my mom rushing out the door.
And the next thing I know, the fire trucks are there and the medics, and they have her strapped to a backboard and in the ambulance, and off we go.
Trinity was rushed to the emergency department at Mary Bridge Children's Hospital in Tacoma. Her injuries were serious, but not life-threatening.
Didn't have any brain damage and didn't have a serious concussion or anything that required a hospitalization or surgery.
That's because Trinity was wearing a bicycle helmet, and that helmet broke her fall.
My helmet hit first, and then my face kind of collapsed onto the ground, and the rest of my body came with it.
Dr. Stephen Reville of Mary Bridge Hospital says that bike helmet may have saved Trinity's life.
About 700 people a year die from bicycle accidents, and that's obviously the worst possible outcome from a bike accident. Most of those deaths from bike injuries are head injuries and injuries to the brain, which is what helmets are very effective at preventing.
He says bike helmets can also help prevent brain injuries, and that people who don't wear them while biking are taking a huge risk.
With bike injuries, often it's a head injury, an injury to the brain or something like that, where you never quite get back to where you were before. They can leave permanent damage, and that's what's really devastating about some of the serious bike accidents that we see.
Deborah Crawley is with the Brain Injury Association of Washington, which helps people who have suffered a brain injury.
It affects every aspect of your life and your body, from walking, talking, thinking, seeing, hearing, everything you do. And so it's not the physical injuries that are difficult to heal. It's the brain injuries that are difficult to heal.
The biggest part of the brain is called the cerebrum and is the thinking part of your brain that controls your voluntary muscles, the ones you use to kick a soccer ball or throw a football. It's also the part of the brain that holds your memories and helps you solve math problems or play video games. The problem with hurting your brain is that sometimes a brain injury never heals.
What's really sad about those cases is you see a lot of really bright, really smart kids, great athletes, whatever. Often when they do recover as much as they're going to recover, they won't go back to where they were before.
These are horrific lifelong disabilities. In a moment, the life changes.
So, since helmets protect your brain and usually save your life, wearing one is, well, a no-brainer, right? But did you know that it's also the law?
Anytime that you are in a public area in the city of University Place, you must have that helmet worn. If you're riding a bicycle, a scooter, skateboard, those must be worn. And there is a monetary penalty of $25 if you are not wearing a helmet.
And a helmet can only do its job if it fits right.
Proper helmet fitting is a critical piece. It's twice as likely to help you prevent an accident, a good fitting helmet.
So, how can you make sure your helmet fits correctly? Let's go see Emily at Tacoma Bike Proctor to find out.
Hi, my name is Emily, and we're here at Tacoma Bike Proctor. And today we're going to be fitting Zoe for a helmet. Zoe, we've got a couple different options for you. Which helmet do you think that you would like?
I really like this one.
So there's a couple things that you want to look for when picking out a helmet. First thing is that it's comfortable. You want to be able to put the helmet on and make sure that it's nice and comfortable and that you're going to want to wear it. How's that feel?
Good.
Good. So this has a magnetic clip on it, so it's pinch proof. A good fit is 2 finger lengths above your eyebrows and 2 below your chin. How does that feel?
Good.
And the cool part about all the helmets now is they come with a universal tightening system. So Zoe, how does the helmet feel?
Feels really good.
I think it looks really good too.
Thanks.
But there's more to bike safety than just wearing a helmet.
The most important thing to stay safe is not to have an accident in the first place.
That's why paying attention to your surroundings is so important.
Statistically speaking, the thing that we run into most often is when a cyclist gets in an accident basically by themselves. So potholes, parallel cracks in the road, running into curbs, basically getting thrown off the bike.
Besides paying attention, when you're riding on a sidewalk, you need to yield to walkers and follow the same rules as they do.
You need to, when you approach an intersection, now you're utilizing the sidewalk, you need to think of yourself as a pedestrian.
When you have to cross the street, go to a crosswalk or corner if a crosswalk isn't around. Stop, get off your bike, and walk the bike across the street so you have time to stop if a car is coming through and doesn't see you.
When you see an awful lot of distracted drivers, they could be doing something on their cell phone, they could be talking to their kids in the back seat, anything like that. A little bit of distraction and their eyes are off the road. They may not see you entering the street.
If you're under 13, you should ride your bike on the sidewalk instead of the road. But if you do get in a situation where you have to ride in the street, be sure to use a bike lane and obey the rules of the road.
You have to pay as much attention as when you're driving a car. And that's if you're going to use the same space.
As for Trinity, she says she still loves riding her bike, and she hopes that her accident serves as a reminder to other kids to bike safe and always wear a helmet.